You are not only his wife-to-be, Katrina, you are his best friend. He loves spending time with you, whatever you're doing. He also loves how amazing you are with Morgan. The bond you have is amazing. And he loves how caring you are. You have such an amazing heart. You're beautiful inside and out. And he knows he's a lucky man. She loves how much of an amazing dad you are to your beautiful girl, Morgan, Craig. She also loves that you will always look after her no matter what. And she loves that you always want the people you love to do well, and you will help anyone you can. Craig and Katrina met and fell in love by chance, but they're here today by choice. They're both choosing each other and choosing to marry. You're choosing each other. Someone who enhances you, who makes you think, who makes you laugh. Someone who makes you happy and makes every day brighter. You're choosing marriage, the ultimate commitment, the icing on the proverbial wedding cake. So we all know why we're here, which of course is to celebrate marriage. But what you may not know is the personal journey that Craig and Katrina have taken to get here. So let me tell you their story so far, or at least the version they were willing to share with you and I. These two first met through the wonders of technology. The online dating app Plenty of Fish, to be precise. They both clearly thought each other was hot, so they swiped right. Isn't it amazing what you can click and collect these days? They knew straight away that they'd made the right choice, so there was no need for any substitutions. Both of their lives have changed a lot since they met. They moved house not long after getting together, got their dog, Sky. Craig started his own business, and Katrina is back doing the job she loves in the care sector. And not forgetting Morgan, of course. They've loved watching her grow from a young girl into the beautiful young woman she is today, making them both so proud. So how did the actual proposal happen? Craig arranged a night away to Peebles. While Katrina was getting ready to head out, Craig was outside, sweating, wishing she would hurry up. When she eventually made an appearance, there was Craig down on one knee in front of everyone. Ever the joker, Craig pulled a box from his pocket and said, "Katrina Riley, do you like these earrings?" Everyone looking on was in total shock because he'd been practicing proposing just minutes earlier. To be fair, Katrina wasn't surprised at all because she was well used to Craig taking the pee. And so just went along with it, saying, "Yes, I do like these earrings." As she was turning away unfazed, Craig then said, "I'm not finished yet." And as he pulled out another box, Katrina said, "That better no be a necklace." was in fact her beautiful engagement ring, and at last, finally, she got her proper proposal. And so after almost 7 years together, here we are today. That surely deserves a round of applause. Craig Hopper and Katrina Riley, now that you have exchanged your vows of commitment and rings in my presence and in the presence of your family, friends and witnesses, I have very much pleasure in declaring you legally married. You may kiss.
Welcome to this special day. My name is Peter. I'm Katrina's dad. We are all here today to celebrate the bride and groom, Katrina and Craig. Such a wonderful couple. To my one and only baby girl, all grown up now. Now for my best pal, Craig. Well, we have only met a couple of times, but I think there is something there between us. Because she took me out, which nobody knows in here, for a meal a couple of weeks ago. What does that tell you? Well, I think it's time. Would you all raise your glasses and make a toast to the bride and groom, to Katrina and Craig. Have a wonderful night, everyone. All the best. Thank you.
Now, there's one other amazing person here, the other love of my life, my beautiful daughter, Morgan. But when I asked her, I said, darling, where do you want to sit? She said, Dad, I'm top table. And I went, aye, so am I, obviously. And she went, right, OK, I'll sit next to Kat then. Clearly because of what an amazing bond I've got. And obviously because she knew I was going to take the piss. Do you know what I mean? We love you to bits, darling, and we couldn't be more prouder. Now, a lot of people don't actually know, it's actually Katrina's birthday today. My beautiful wife, and I've done no bad organising that for wedding day and her birthday, so I still get a present at the same time too. And not to worry, babe, I didn't forget it's your birthday. I have got you a wee present for later on. But that's for the wedding night. You need to sort that. We'll talk about that later. Talk about it. Also, it depends on how much I've had to drink as well, to be honest with you. Do you know what I mean? So, well, aye. Well, we'll see how that goes. We'll see how it goes. You know what I mean? So, talking about wee things, I'll pass you on to my best mate.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen. You'll be pleased to hear I'm going to keep this speech fairly short and sweet, due to a mixture of me being petrified of doing it and also the fact that Craig hasn't eaten in at least half an hour, so he's bound to be starving and wanting his dinner. Also, I'm positive he hasn't had a cigarette for 10 minutes, so I'm sure Siggy Smalls here will be dying to scratch that particular itch. Quick introduction, I'm Jordan, and Craig and me have been friends for over 20 years. In that time, I've watched him mature into the man that sits here alongside me today. I say mature, that maybe is not strictly true. I probably should have said grow, as he was a 30-inch waist when I met him, and I'm pretty sure he's a 42-inch waist now. When trying to compile this speech, I've had a bit of a dilemma. Other people I've spoken to have said when they were trying to come up with their own best man speech, they have struggled for embarrassing stories relating to the groom. In this instance, I've had the opposite problem. I have almost too many embarrassing tales regarding Craig that it was nearly an impossible task to reduce down to one or two for the purpose of this speech. On this note, it has, however, given me a cracking idea for a book, The Embarrassing Life and Times of Craig Hopper. So if there's any publishers in the house, give me a bell, because we want a winner with that one. Before I regale you with the chosen story about Craig, I have to point out that it was one small miracle that we're here today having a legally binding wedding after some of our main man's organisational skills. Some 6 or 7 weeks ago, I received a WhatsApp from Craig with an email forwarded from Hazel, the humorist for the ceremony, asking if he'd submitted his M10 forms and associated documents. As some of you may know, this is a legal requirement to allow you to collect your marriage schedule for today. Craig's delightful way of querying what this was to ask me, and I quote, "Did you have to do this crap as well?" Word for word. So now on to a story about Craig. I can see you sweating there, look a bit anxious, mate. Don't worry. I've erred on the side of caution with this one. Mostly due to this being a family event, but also because I'm not really wanting to make myself complicit in any illicit activities or behaviour that you've indulged in previously. So, last year, Craig and Kat went on a wee lovers' holiday to Playa d'Ingles in Gran Canaria. Both having a lovely time, going for drinks, having dinner, going for a wee bounce about in a camel, just the usual sort of stuff, really. Couple of days into the holiday, Craig starts to notice that he pretty much hasn't seen another female, other than Kat, at his hotel the full time they have been there. And they were few and far between in the area immediately adjacent to the hotel, and all the bars, restaurants, etc. For those of you that aren't aware, this area of Gran Canaria is known as the party hotspot for the gay community of Europe. The multitude of rainbow flags on every pub and the sheer abundance of men was a slight giveaway to Craig that something before he eventually cottoned on. The occasional individual cutting by and assless chaps confirmed Craig's submission. As the days go on and Craig has become accustomed to his new surroundings, he starts to notice that guys keep recommending the hotel rooftop bar and asking him to go up. This tended to particularly happen when Kat had nipped away for a drink or she just wasn't surrounded by Craig at the time. So one afternoon, Craig decides to take a venture up and see what all the fuss and recommendations were all about. So he takes a stomp up the stairs, strolls through the door to the rooftop bar to be greeted by a plethora of naked men with not a stitch on. There was tadgers absolutely everywhere. At one point, rumour has it that some guy was doing a rather startling impression of a windmill. Turns out that said rooftop bar was the nudist sun deck and was openly advertised as such on the website at the time of Craig booking the holiday. He claims he didn't know this, but I'm not sure I fully believe that, to be honest. Now, on entrance to the bar, Craig must have looked somewhat nervous, as I believe that some fella with what appeared to be a fire hose between his legs was offering Craig a drink and asking why he still had his clothes on. I can neither confirm nor deny if he accepted the offer of said drink. But needless to say, I'm sure I've seen Craig googling nudist summer holidays Gran Canaria 2025 the other week. So make of that what you will. In all seriousness, it's been an honour to be asked to be your best man today, mate, and I wish you and Kat all the happiness in the world going forward. You make a great couple, and I hope the rest of the night goes as well as the day has so far. Kat, I hope you're a fan of Wee Willie Winkies, as I'm sure Craig has quite the treat for you lined up. on that note, I now encourage you to do one thing that Scots are good at. Let's get pissed and have a party. To the bride and groom, slán your var.